This is Mari Sukas, and we just came from the presidency here at Tenes, where we handed over the memorandum containing the concerns and the demands of thousands of parents who participated in the public hearings and civil organizations. It is important for me to point out where I stand because I want to underline the constitutional duty of Parliament, the democratic principles upon which this republic is founded. And so your voices, your concerns in that memorandum must be listened to by the President. It is our hope that the President's representative will convey the message that we said it is urgent for the President to lay eyes again on the concerns of parents and all civic organizations, so that on Friday the 13th, these voices will become part of the consultations and that Bela not be enacted.
Hello, I'm Karin van Oostrom from the Bela Trust, and we've handed over our memorandum to the presidency, and from the Bela Trust would like freedom for home education in South Africa. So the Section 51 of the Bela Act does not provide freedom for home education. So we demand a new Education Act that would provide for all the other non-school forms of education in South Africa. And we also would like the President to ensure that we have freedom of education, of curriculum choice that has been promised to us in all the hearings by the DBE. And we ask the Minister to see to it that this freedom of curriculum be actually enacted in the regulations that are being written at the moment. So that is what we would like the President to see in our memorandum. Also that we have been excluded from the consultations. And why can't we also have a place at the table? We would ask for a place at the table to discuss the concerns of thousands of parents who are actually educating their children, while there are 10,000 of children roaming the streets not receiving education every day. So we ask the President to ensure freedom for home education in South Africa.
This is Philip Rosenthal of Christian View Network. I want to thank everybody who has fought in this campaign over the Bela Education Act since it was first proposed in 2017. The President has signed this bill, but it still has a long journey to take. There are several parties which are planning to take this to the Constitutional Court. There have been negotiations which have resulted in regulations which limit the power of the government and give more power to parents, specifically on the issue of admissions policy and on language policy. So thank you for speaking up on that. Also, during the parliamentary process and the process at the Education Department, a number of changes were made to this bill. And if you compare the way that the bill looks at the moment compared with what was originally proposed in 2017, the government has agreed to about 2/3 of what we originally asked for in 2017. So I believe that that is a victory for parents' rights. But our children are too valuable simply to stop at that point. We have to keep speaking up for children's rights, for the rights of school governing bodies, for the rights of independent schools, for the rights of homeschooling, and for also the opportunity of smaller schools, rural schools, so that parents have the choice about how they want their children educated and the ways in which that will be done. We've said to the President that even with this current bill, which we're asking for an amendment bill to be made to make changes, or that might take a lot of time, and also that the court process may take several years, but what the President can do and the Education Minister can do immediately is that we do not want this learner pregnancy policy to be turned into regulations. We only want one thing out of that learner pregnancy policy, and that is that pregnant learners should be allowed to study in schools. The rest of the policy we don't want moved into regulations, we want it scrapped. Secondly, the code of conduct for schools. Currently, the bill allows the education department to overrule school governing bodies, and we say those exemptions should only be made in 3 circumstances: in religious, cultural, and medical situations, not in any possible situation, because we don't want political issues to become part of that decision making. We want the power to be at grassroots level where parents are, and we're also going to continue to lobby the process going forward for parents' rights, and we hope that there will be an increasing recognition of those, and that we will ultimately gain back all that we have looked for. We also want to make independent schooling to become easier, and we're going to look at ways to work with government to try and achieve that. So thank you, parents, for speaking up on this bill. Please keep on speaking up. It's not a time to stop now. We have won significant victories, and we are going to keep going until the rights of parents to control education are fully recognized.